Hi, welcome everyone to another video training session with regards to CAMS. This particular video session is simply aimed at providing an introductory faculty training video. Now, the purpose of this video is to provide support for faculty who have not been able to be present at the faculty training sessions for Azar, also known as CAMS, and also as a refresher for those who were present. So in this particular video, what I would do is a basic orientation of what CAMS offers faculty and how to set up a grading facility for your courses on CAMS itself. So it will be as an alternative to what we know as Gradekeeper. Okay? So let's now turn to our browser and get started. So I'm going to type in the URL for CAMS, which is https://camsportal.usc.edu.tt/faculty. Okay, so I will repeat, https://camsportal.usc.edu.tt/faculty. At this point, if you have pop-ups disabled on your browser will notify you of this. So you see here on Chrome, that is the browser I'm currently using here, is telling me that pop-ups are disabled and I should enable pop-ups on this side. So I click OK, and I could go to the settings and enable pop-ups if I so choose. Alright, I would not currently do that in this particular video, so I will go ahead and log in. And I have placed in my username and my password, and what I'm going to choose now is the requisite semester that I want to enter. So I want to enter into the second semester, so I click the drop down box and I choose second semester 2013-2014 and I click login. Now each time you log in, you will see this Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. So you simply click accept, and now you will be presented with the Azar, also known as CAMS, dashboard for faculty. Okay, so we see here the faculty portal news. Any news pertaining to faculty would appear here, and on the left hand side are different links that you can click that will carry you to different aspects of Azar that you desire to go. So we see we have the date, we have the name of the lecturer who signed in this case it's Christopher Francic, that's me, the current term that I have signed into, in this case second semester 2013-2014. And if perchance I selected the wrong semester, I can simply click change and a host of different options regarding the semesters appears, and I could choose whichsoever that I desire. However, I am in the correct semester, so I can simply continue as normal. So to return to my dashboard, I would simply click home. Okay, let's look at some other issues. Quickly, these blocks here represent different colors that your dashboard can take. For instance, the blue block represents a blue color. We have orange, green, and red. And these three letter A's of different sizes represent the different font sizes that your dashboard can take. So for instance, if you find that the font is too small, you can choose the largest A, or you have a medium font, and then of course you have the smallest font. Moving forward, what I want to dive straight into is looking at how CAMS can help you as a lecturer orient yourself with the courses that you would have for the semester. So you can simply click the link My Schedule, and when you enter My Schedule, it will load all of the courses that pertain to you as teaching faculty for this semester or whatever semester that you would have entered into. So you could scroll through and see all of the courses that you would be teaching for the semester. And for each course, Azar or CAMS will provide you information about what room this course would be in. For instance, my Principles of Microeconomics class would be in the School of Business building in BB 25. The days that my classes are Mondays and Wednesdays, and this particular class starts at 12:15 and ends at 1:30. And currently, the amount of students that are registered for this class stands at 12, with my class being capped at a maximum of 50 students. So as at today, as I'm online on Azar, 12 students have registered for this particular course. Now, as I said, having all of this information being delivered to us by Azar now allows us as lecturers to compile a schedule with our teaching times and our availability in terms of office hours. As such, we can compile this schedule, place it on our course outlines, or even print it out and place it on our office doors, such as this. So I have been able to create a class schedule with regards to semester 2, academic year 2013-2014, from the information that I pulled under the My Schedule link on Azar. So on my door, I will place this document, and therefore students and other interested parties can know when my office hours are, and possibly, if they need to find me, where I would be at specific times on specific days. So let's return to CAMS once again. So in continuing with this basic orientation of Azar, we will move from My Schedule, and we come under the tab Registration. We have Course Offering, where we see the different courses offered by the University of the Southern Caribbean. We can search for it manually, or we can create a filter, and we can search for courses based upon the days that the courses are being offered, the course acronyms, and other aspects of the course. There's a course master list, and then there's the degree information, and also there's registration with regards to lecturers being advisors. However, currently, we have not been set up to act as advisors at this point in time. But when this is done, I would do another video subsequent to this. Moving forward, we can look at our class rosters for the different courses that we teach in this particular semester. If I were to go to Principles of Macroeconomics, I can see the list of students who have, as at this date and point in time, who have registered for this particular course, and this information is for all of the courses in this specific semester. There's also a directory which provides us information with regards to faculty contact information, and also some student contact information. And again, scrolling down, we can also email students with regards to the courses that we teach. So we can place a subject, welcome. We can provide information as to which address the students can reply to us at, and place a message, and then select which course we want this message to go to. As at a point in time in which I'm doing this video, this feature has not been initialized as yet, but it shall soon be, and then you can email your students. Moving forward, let's go directly to course management and look at the courses that I have been registered to teach or placed to teach in this specific semester, 2013-2014. So this is the list of courses under the tab My Courses. Scrolling up again, I'm teaching Principles of Macroeconomics, Micro, and Issues in Caribbean Economic Development. And what I'm going to do at this point in time is simply set up my grade book within Azar. As lecturers, we are accustomed using Gradekeeper. But Azar offers the facility whereby we can set up that similar gradebook that we are accustomed to on Gradekeeper and place that information here on Azar. So you have all of our information pertaining to our courses being centralized. So I've opened up Gridkeeper, and I have some information here which are all fictitious, all right? And it's pertaining to, some students, the grades that they have as they engage in different activities. So we're all familiar with this. I have some quizzes, I have an assignment, I have a midterm, class participation points, and the final examinations. So these are the actual grades, but we are familiar that we have attached the total percentage for each particular category. This we do by going to Gradebook, Options, and Categories. So you realize that out of 100%, class participation is 10%, assignments are 10%, midterm 40%, quizzes 10, and final examination 30%. So this is what we are familiar with on Gradekeeper, and I'm saying that this can also be done on CAMS. So we're going to walk you through that process at this point in time. So let's switch over to CAMS. So I'm going to enter my course, Principles of Microeconomics, and I want to set up my grade facility. So I'm going to scroll all the way down until I reach Course Gradebook, and we're going to set up grade standards. And what we mean by grade standards is if you permit me to go to a course outline for one of my courses, you realize here that USC has a grade standard for the courses that we teach. So an A is 90 to 100, and A minus 85 to 89, and so forth. So this is what we mean by the term grade standard. So let's add a standard. So we simply click this link, add standard, and we can do this manually. Put the letter grade and A, what is percentage cutoff? A, percentage cutoff is 90. And we could go about this, and the letter percentage is also 90. And we could go about this process manually. Or, what we can do is copy a default grade scale. Now, the IT department has put a correct grade scale for us on CAMS. So that's all we need to do. Copy the default grade scale, which you realize is in sync with USC's grading scale, and A is from 90 to 100, and A minus is 85 to 89, and go along the process. So we simply click Process Grade Scale Copy, and we have this information here. So we can move on from adding this grade standard to now setting up categories. These are our category weights. So click this link marked Setup Category. So click this link entitled Setup Categories, and we now go to Add Category. So lecturers now have 12 possible categories to choose from with regards to how their course outline would be, from A to category L. I would speak about final grade in a point in time further in this video. Now, the reason why it's labeled category A to category L is simply the fact that the IT department would not be able to put in the different permutations in titles that would reflect on each lecturer's course outline. Let me explain. Going back to my course outline, you see here I have class participation. I have another category entitled assignments, midterms, online quizzes, final examinations. Other lecturers for different courses may have different categories. Now, the generic terms category A, B, C, D, and E on Azar may get confusing for us. So what we can simply do is label our categories on our course outline, so whenever we are lost, we can refer to our course outline to determine what each category refers to. So I've edited my course outline, and here I have, formerly it was class participation, now I have A, class participation, B, assignments, C, midterm exams, D, online quizzes, and E, final examinations. Okay? So now I can go to CAMS and put in these categories. So I said before, category A is class participation, that's with 10%. Category A, I'm going to put a weighting of 10. And you simply click Add Gradebook Category. So we have category A, a weight of 10%, and we can go ahead and add other categories. You would realize that you no longer have access to category A, you have from category B straight to category L. Additionally, you now have only 90% available to assign to your categories. So with regards to category B pertaining to my course, if I go back to my course outline, category B is assignments, and that is with 15%. So I would put 15% and add category to gradebook. So I now have category B, 15%. So I can continue this process until I have populated my entire course categories on Azar. So I had paused the video and I filled out the remaining categories on Azar. And just to confirm that I made no errors, I'm just going to minimize the browser and compare it to my course outline. So category A, class participation, that should be 10%. Category A, a weighting of 10%. Category B, assignments, 15%. Category B, 15%, and so forth. C, 25. Category C, 25. D, 15. Category D, 15. And the remaining goes to final examinations. Category E, 35%. Category E, 35%. So there you have it. We have the information input from our course outline correctly, and now we can go to setting up assignments. And just in case an error may have been made in setting up the category weights, you can simply go to whichever category the error may have been made and simply click edit and edit the weight accordingly. In addition to that, you see this particular row here entitled number of drops. Now this particular category for me and my course outline is actually my quizzes. Now I may do 3, 4, or 5 quizzes throughout the semester. So if I do a total of 5 and I want the system to drop the 2 worst grades of my students out of the 5, I would simply click change the 0 to number 2 and update my gradebook category. Alright? So it all depends on how many quizzes I would do throughout the semester. If perchance I do desire to drop any of these worst quizzes, I can do so by indicating the number here under edit gradebook category. Okay? So no error has been made and I do not want to put any drops, so I simply click cancel and I would go back to my initial input where we realize it totals to 100. So now we have set up our grade standard, we have set up our categories, and now we need to set up our assignments, and this is very important. Reason being is that without the assignments, no grades can be recorded for students. Let me explain. Going to course options, I'm going back down to, let's go to record grades by assignment. Even though we have our grade standard and we have our category weights, because no assignments were listed, nothing can be recorded for the student. So just in case you may have forgotten or missed this step, you realize the system is telling you you need to add a new course assignment. So you can click the link, and what you'll be prompted is to add an assignment under the relevant categories that you placed in Azar. So I placed category A to category E, and under category A, if you remember, I had class participation. So I could label it here as class, participation. I could put the due date as, let's say, month of April 24, 2014. Please pay attention to the format in which you must enter the date, and I could put 10 points for class participation. Add course assignment. Now for some reason the system resulted in me putting in 2, so I could simply click delete, and now I have what I want. Class participation under category A. Let me add another assignment under category B. Now personally I cannot remember what category B is, but if I pull up my course outline, I see that category B is assignments. So I may have several assignments throughout the semester. We call this assignment number 1, due date, again 10 points I could place for this particular assignment, add course assignment, and I could add another assignment under category B, assignment number 2, and put due date again. I'll put 24th of April, 10 points. Add course assignment. Adding another assignment, I can go to category C, is my midterm exams. So I simply put description, midterm exams. Due date, 24th of April. My midterms are usually out of 50 points. Add course assignment. Adding another assignment. Category D is online quizzes. I usually have 3 to 5 online quizzes. So I can populate this and I could continue this process until I've input all of my assignments on Gradekeeper. So I'll pause the video and put in those assignments for you now. So I've input all of my assignments in Azar. And of course, Azar tells me for each assignment which category I placed it under. Now, you can go through to ensure that you placed each assignment in its proper category. And going through, I realized that quizzes 4 and 5 are in the incorrect category. Category A is my class participation. There are no quizzes under class participation. My quizzes category is actually category D. So what I need to do, given this error, simply go to Edit, go to Category, click D, and select Update Course Assignment. And I would do this again for quiz number 5. Go to Edit, go to Category D, and then click Update Course Assignment. So before I do this, I just want to encourage lecturers that as you input your assignments, please pay attention to the category that you are placing it into to minimize any errors. And even if an error is made, you can identify this by browsing through your assignments and the relevant categories that you have placed it under. Alright? So we have all of my assignments here. Class participation, assignments 1 and 2, my midterm examinations, my quizzes from 1 to 5, and my final exam and the relevant categories. And of course, as the semester goes along, when I correct my papers, I can simply go to record these grades. So to do so, I will go to course options, and under course options, this is Principles of Microeconomics, the course that I just put all of this information for, and I scroll down to record grades by assignment, and therefore you can record grades for the students on the class participation, the assignment, midterms, and all of the other assignments throughout the semester. Now, for those lecturers who prefer to still utilize Gradekeeper as opposed to utilizing the gradebook upon Azar, you would not have to go through all of this entire process of adding these different assignments and all these different host of categories. All you can simply do is add the final grade category that would have been present under the category option. So to quickly show you this, I'll go into another course. So I'll come out and go to my courses and choose another principle of microeconomics group. And I'm going to quickly have to set up my grade standards. So as we did before, I'm going to copy default grade scale, process that grade scale copy, and I'm now going to add my category. So there's category A to L, but what I want is simply my final grade if I am a lecturer who has been utilizing Gradekeeper throughout the semester and not the gradebook facility on Azar. So again, the final grade option in terms of the final grade category is simply for lecturers who have only utilized Gradekeeper throughout the semester and not the gradebook facility on Azar. As such, after you would have collated those grades within Gradekeeper, choose the final grade category, put the weight as 100, add to your gradebook category, set up your assignment, add your assignment and title it Final Exam. You put your due date, you put your points. If your final exam was worth out of 100, you could put it here. And add course assignment. And therefore, when you're ready to record your grades, you simply go to course options, record by assignment, and the only assignment that you would have for the course would be final exam. and you put in the relevant mark that the student would have received out of 100% for your final exams. Okay? There's another video regarding putting in grades. That's the link there in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. And you can go to that video if you want to focus specifically on how you can input your grades when utilizing this category of final exam. So I just want to go back to the initial course in which I set up my gradebook on Azar. Going back to my courses, and that was my first Principles of Microeconomics class. And I can look at all of the assignments that I set up and the different categories. And this basically is the end of our video, whereby I have given you a basic orientation of Azar, its uses, where you can create your course schedule, stick it up on your door, input that information on your course outline, and also how to set up your gradebook facility on Azar if you so choose to do so, or you can simply still utilize Gradekeeper and transfer all of that information as a final grade in the final grade category on CAMS. So please remember, when it's time to actually start recording your grades, you would have to go to record grades, and you can choose to do so by assignment, and you put it in, for instance, at class participation. You have your students, you put in the information, and let's say you have put in all information for students throughout the semester and for all of your assignments. You go back to course options, and you would have to submit your grades. Before you can submit your grades to the registrar, you must, after having put in all of your grades, you must click this link, calculate final grades. I repeat, if we're at the end of the semester and you have already put in all of your grades throughout the semester on Azar, before you can click submit your grades and go through a 3-tier process, you must first click the calculate final grades. This allows CAMS to initialize all grades that have been put into the system thus far. And after you do that, you can now come to submit grades, and it carries you through a 3-tier process of grade submission. And then it will allow you to send to the registrar, and upon which you will be completed. And to confirm such, you can simply go to view submitted information after you would have submitted your information to the registrar. Alright, so do have a wonderful day and a productive semester. Thank you.